Hello and welcome to the Growing Green podcast. Your host, Jeremiah Jennings, is the owner of Growing Green Landscapes in Birmingham, Alabama, and has a passion for growing the entrepreneurship community for those who are young in business. Being a business owner isn't easy, especially in the early years, and that's why in this show we dive into a wide range of topics covering all the challenges small business owners deal with. Even if your company is generating $1 million or more, the stories from our great guest and Jeremiah's own firsthand experiences will propel your business forward. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning in to episode today here on the Growing Green podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and I am super excited to come to you today with another fresh episode for your Friday. Hope you guys are doing well and had a great week out there. Crushing it in the field. Maybe you are just on the way home or got back a day or two ago from the Leanscaper event. Hope you're home by now. That would be not a fun travel experience if you still weren't home. But nonetheless, we came home on Tuesday night. Got in really late Tuesday night and got to work on Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm going to be in the field again on Friday. We have a lot going on. My roles are kind of changing day to day in the company for the next month, 2-3 months here. I am still got to be the visionary. I got to be leading and guiding us towards a brighter future and trying to hit those goals and visions that we have in place for the company. But at the same time, we are a little behind on revenue, and so I'm going to get out in the field and crank some revenue on my own with some other team members as well. We're going to add in some extra jobs, try to produce a little bit extra with an extra crew, myself and maybe some help or 1 or 2 days a week. But it is good. I'm excited, and the reason I know that we need to do that is because I have some awesome coaching. Forward coaching, Pat and Kim there with Forward Coaching. They're fantastic guys. They run Local Roots in Pennsylvania, and they are just such good mentors, such good, just humans as well, raising good families, running an awesome business, have awesome employees. If you can do anything you can to get around Ken and Pat, I would highly suggest it. I don't know why they hang out with me, but they do. And I'm very, very thankful. And so Pat's kind of showed me a lot the last couple of months, kind of helped me dive into some things that I would have really never seen before. Because, again, I talk about a lot what you don't know is what's killing you. That is really what will hold you back in business. And so that's kind of what it is. We're figuring out things that I didn't even know that I was supposed to be looking at or how to look at them. Maybe I knew what I was supposed to be looking at, but I didn't know how to look at it or how to get those numbers or, how to actually, hands-on do it. And so we've uncovered that, a good bit of that, and it's been a breath of fresh air. We've seen some things that we don't want to see, but you can't fix things unless you see what the problem is. And so fixing some problems, which is good, and we are excited to keep on moving here through the rest of the year. So we're going to crank some revenue and get out there and get in the field for a little bit, which I'm not mad about, honestly. I've been pretty field removed so far for the year, and so I'm excited to get out and crush a little bit of work and feel like I'm really producing and adding to the team here in the field and watching revenue come in, which is good. So thank you to them. Thank you to also for LMN, right? LMN is guys that I sit here and talk about it. I don't ever pitch it to you. It's simply we use it day in, day out as an operating system in our business. It's an amazing software that we could not do without. And so I highly suggest you checking it out. If you use code Jeremiah, you get 10% off when you sign up, 10% off Greenius as well. It is 100% worth it. If you're on the path to growth, get on board now. It's a lot easier to get on when you're young, when you don't have hundreds of customers to import, when you don't have tons of things set up in other softwares, right? Get on it as soon as you possibly can and ride it to the moon. It will take you there if you actually put it in and implement it. You can't just you can't put it in, can't sign up and pay the subscription and just hope everything's going to be solved, right? You have to put in the work, and that's the thing is you only are going to get out what you put in. Good inputs, good outputs. Bad inputs, bad outputs, right? Good data in, good data out. And that takes work. That takes effort. It takes time that you don't think you have, right? But you have to do that. So, Element Software, if you have any questions, please let me know. I want to help you in any way that I can. I want to see your business win, and I'm telling you my business is winning more since having Element. And everyone that I know that has it, friends, business associates, like, we all are winning because we know our numbers the right way, and we truly are diving into them and knowing. And so you're also going to hear me talk more the next couple weeks about production rates and things like that. Like, that is really what's going to change your life in Element. When you have prod rates set up and you can truly just estimate, like, boom, boom, boom. It takes the guessing out of things. It takes the overage on hours so bad out of things. Like, if you can prod rate everything and actually follow that, then you're going to end up really, really good. But today's show, what I want to talk about is honestly the heat. It's a weird topic, but I want to talk about the heat and how you need to be adjusting for it in the summer, just across the board, right? Like, work-wise, customer-wise, business-wise, all of the above. And I'm going to run through a few things here. And it's all things that are very, very true, and you may not be thinking about them, and they may have bigger impacts on you than you think they do. So please just listen in, hang on tight, and let's see where we end up today. But really, you're all getting blasted with the heat, right? Like, we are midsummer, usually June, July, we started getting blasted, and we run through August to September with that. We'll start cooling down end of September, beginning of October there. June through August is rough. It is 95 to 100 degree days every day, just about, very humid, battling summer showers every in the afternoon. So, like, we catch all of it. But the heat is nothing to joke about. And I want to talk first about how it affects your crew, the morale in your crew, and the productivity on your crew. It is hands down, like, when you can go out there and work in 75 degree weather, your crews are going to be more productive. It's not even a question. It happens all the time. We see it. And I would say this is it's a very random number that I'm just going to put a guess on, and you may have better stats on it. If you do, let me know. But I would say our production goes down probably 30 to 40% past lunch. And that is because, one, you eat and you slow down a little bit, but it's because it's the heat it's the toll that the heat takes on your body. When you finish lunch, like, not only are you full, but you come back and you just can't get back in a good groove because of how hot it is. Like, it's an oven. You get out of the truck, you're dripping sweat, it's hard to move around, you move slower. Like, I would probably say 30 to 40% our productivity stops after lunch. Now, the reason I say that, and you're like, well, okay, what's the point in talking about heat, right? Like, what is the point of that? This goes hand in hand with prod rates that I was just talking about and how you bid jobs effectively. Because you may be able to get a full bed torn out in 4 hours before lunch in the morning. So you're going to put, with a two-man crew, you're going to put 8 hours on that job before lunch. 8-man hours. Well, then you think, okay, well, if we tear it out before lunch, we could have it halfway planted before we go home. Like, that's a really good timeline, right? So you're going to put 8 more hours after lunch. But what you don't realize is that you're going to slow down seriously 25 to 30%, maybe even higher than 30. But I'll stay conservative and say 30% here. If you have 800, if you have 8 man hours, right, and you add 30% to that, you're adding 2.5 man hours. If you're billing out $100 an hour, that's $250 an hour. I mean, $250 that you left on the table right there. So if you have the course of a project that's going to take a week, it's $1,000 you're losing on a project, right? Over the course of 5 days. And a little more than 1,000. And it's like, these are not things that you really think about on a daily basis, but holy cow, you better start looking at them. Because they are there and it actually happens. Your production is going to slow down after lunch, and you know it. And here's the thing. Your physical production may keep up. It may only drop 10%, right? Your crew's production is going to drop more than that. And you have to price jobs as if your crew is doing them, not yourself. I've gotten bit in the butt so many times this year because I have priced things the way that I would do them, not the way that my guys do them. And we have good guys. Like, they work, they don't waste time, but they also don't go out there and just, like, kill themselves either, right? Because, again, it's not their business. It's not their livelihood on the line. It is in the sense that they get a paycheck from here. But, like, you're not going to find guys that are going to go out there and just kill themselves. Even, like, great Hispanic workers that want to come in and work and they want to build their life here in America, like, they're going to work. They're still humans, though, right? And they're still going to take breaks and they're still going to slow down. And guess what? When it's 100 degrees outside, you're going to move slower. Scientifically, it's going to happen, right? You're going to be dehydrated more in the afternoon than you are in the morning. In the morning, you're getting up, you're having your water, you're having your coffee, you're out on the road, you're moving, you feel good. You work 4 hours, 8 to 12, and then you're drenched in sweat. You probably dried 2 or 3 times by then. You smell bad, you feel bad. It's like, oh, what are we doing here? And that's just the part of working in the South in the heat in the summer. It's not all year, right? It's not all year. It's a couple months. May and June this year, we've been very blessed. We never got really, really hot. We had 1 week, I think, in June where we got hot. But other than that, it's been pretty solid. And so we've been thankful for that. We've been able to get a lot done. But this is just your PSA, like, hey, when you're bidding jobs for the rest of the season, make sure you're bidding them with that thing, with like that mindset of, hey, it may only take 10 hours. Usually, it's going to be 100 degrees. May add 30% to that and then put 13 hours on the job, right? Just think through those things because, again, you do that over the course of a week, you're losing $1,000 or more, depending on how many guys you have on the crew. So just remember that, and I hope that you can take action on that during the bidding process and things like that. On the back side of that, the other side of the crew and production rates, have me a little sip of coffee here. On the other side of that production rates is the morale that brings. And the morale is, come on, guys, why are you not getting the work done? I had it done in 15 hours. Come on, we have 15 hours to get the job done. Well, why is it not done? Well, it's 100 degrees outside. Add 30% to that, right? Add 5 hours to the job. Whatever that math is. What is that math? I can't do math that fast. When you get into decimals, you lose me, guys. 4.5 hours. Add the hours to the job. Build a customer, right? Build a customer. Your guys stay happy because you have your realistic hours set for them. And also, like, morale comes in your budget, guys. This is why you use LMN. In your budget, when you build at the beginning of the year in your overhead section, you need to have things like drinks, snacks, and ice baked into your overhead because that's what you need to be supplying your guys with throughout the season. They need to have unlimited access to water. They need to have unlimited access to ice if they want it. And you need to throw in some extra snacks and drinks and Powerade if they want. Like, I'm not saying you have to stock on Powerade for them to drink 30 a day. Water's 100%. 100% you should have unlimited water for them. We buy pallets at Sam's. It's like $300 a pallet. We go through 2 or 3 a year. And they have access to it whenever they want it. If they don't have water, it's on them because it sits there and they have it loading their trucks in the morning. But you can take as many as you want and drink as many as you want. I don't care. I want you to drink as many. I want you to drink a case a day. Be fine with me, right? And so you need to have those things baked into your estimate because it does cost money, right? 3 pallets at $300, you're looking at about $1,000 a year. $1,000 a year over 12 months, that's $120 a month. $120 a month adds up, right? Like that. That's not just nothing. So you have to make sure this stuff's being recovered. You have to do that by having a budget that you look at and revise throughout the year, and you match your books to as you go, because that's how you see if you're on track or not. So in that, having these things available for the crew keeps morale up. Try to get out there with them some. Try to get out there in the field and make sure that they know that you still work, you still get out in the field, you still do some things. Don't do that at the detriment of your company. If you're not in a place where you need to be in the field, you need to be selling, you need to be estimating, that's it, then sure, do that, right? But take a couple hours, maybe a month, and go out there with them. Just do it. Like, pick the hottest day that's on the calendar, go out there and work with them. You'll see morale go through the roof, I promise you. I promise you'll see morale go through the roof. If they see the boss comes out there and works the same way that they do, in the heat of the day, the hottest day of the month, and you take them some Powerade, boom, game over. Like, you win, guys. You win. It's not a hard formula to crack, but you have to be on top of these things because the heat takes a toll, and you need to make sure you're keeping your crew in good spirits. Let's move over to the customer side for a minute here. You need to be telling your customers what the heat has and the effects that it can have on their properties, right? The turf, the plants, what is it? A lot of you guys up north, your grass dies out in July, right? Ours does not. Our Bermuda, if we have rain, our Bermuda and zoysia will grow like crazy through October. It does not slow down. It gets thicker in the summer. The only way that it's quote-unquote burning up is if we just have zero rain at all. Now, if we get zero rain, then it'll burn. Heat does not affect it. Rain is what affects it. And so it loves the heat, thrives in the heat. And so that's a little different. If you don't get rain, different story. You guys up north, be educating your customers. And this principle is the same. Cut it taller in the summer. You guys up north, Tall Fish, you Kentucky Blue, you cut your grass really tall anyway. You cut it on 4 and 5 inches. But you cut it taller during the summer because you don't want that heat to stress it out too much. You want to keep it alive as long as possible. Here in the South, we don't have to worry about that as much, but we still do cut it taller. We start off cutting Bermuda at the beginning of the season, probably on about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And we try to run that all the way through end of April through May if we can. If we can make it through May, sub 2 inches or right at 2 inches, that's great. Because then we get into June, July, August, and we start raising that puppy up about 1/4 inch every month. So we will end the year usually somewhere around 3 inches to 3 1/4. That's really tall Bermuda. I don't like cutting it that tall, but again, especially some of these clients that don't have irrigation, you're cutting it every 2 weeks. Like that is the best way to do it, to give it the best look and keep it healthy. And so we'll raise it up 2 1/4, 2.5, 3, 2 3/4, and then end it right about 3. And that has been a great thing for us so far. It's worked for the last 7 years, so we're going to keep doing it. But make sure your customers know, like maybe there's a brown spot in the yard, maybe it is starting to die out. Like let them know why. What is the cause of that? Well, we haven't had any rain. You can water it, and it's going to help. But the lack of rain and the heat does stress it out. Same thing with plants, right? Like what's wrong with your plants? We put some lime lights in. And they got droopy immediately on day one because the heat that is taking a toll on them right now. We put them in the middle of the day, and they got water at the end of the day, but by the end of the day, they were still already drooping. And then we water them the next day, and they're still drooping. And I'm telling the customer, like, trust me, they'll bounce back. It just takes time for them to get water in their system, start spreading roots. The heat takes a toll, so you just need to keep pumping them with water twice a day, and you'll be good. But you got to stay on top of it. And so that's the thing that you have to remember is as you plant, as you grow landscapes, as you cut more grass, just communicate with your customers how important the heat is and the stress and the toll that it can put on things. And it could turn into enhancement upsells for you, right? And I know what it can go for you. So, enhancements, you could do mulch to retain moisture. You could do some new pine straw. You could put in some more drought-tolerant plants, right? Because some people said there's definitely plants here that are way more drought-tolerant than others. You could pick those and put them in. But I'll tell you the best way to do it. The best thing that could come from summer heat is you starting an irrigation service. Because boy, oh boy, when you open that door, the chains are loosed, and here you go. We started irrigation last year. And for every year leading up to that point, I was like, I can't believe guys do irrigation. You must be insane to do it. You must be insane to go just dig around and look for water. Like, you can't find things. It doesn't make any sense. Like, no. You got to be crazy to do irrigation. And then I started doing irrigation. And then I said, I actually like this. This is pretty good. And I like the money that this brings in. And so, starting an irrigation service, if you have irrigation in your area, guys, like, it's a known thing across the board. Irrigation techs, irrigation companies are always swamped. They're always busy. There's way more irrigation systems than there are providers to service them. And so if you can grow a brand and grow a presence with irrigation, you will make money and you will solve customers' problems, which is what business is. Say that to yourself. Business is simply solving customers' problems. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you make money along the way. doing it because you saw a problem. And I'll tell you why I like irrigation so much. If you're a homeowner, close your ears. I'll tell you why I like irrigation so much. Because everyone can go to Home Depot and buy plants. Everyone can go to the mulch yard and get mulch and pine straw and all the other things you need. And they can go plant their own flowers, and they can go plant their own plants and put their own pine straw mulch out, and they can look at them, and they can water them, and they can say, I can do that. Why would I pay you $10,000 to put me in a flower bed? I can do that. Awesome, Joe. Go do it then. Don't talk to me about it, right? Like, take off. Go get your stuff and do it. Irrigation is like most other service business and trades out there. The usual homeowner, right? The one that's the common residential homeowner folk do not know anything about it. They don't understand it. They don't understand how it works. It doesn't make any sense. It's all hidden. It's underground. They don't know where pipes are running. They don't know this. They don't know that. They don't know what these black things in the box are called. They don't know how the timer works. They don't know how the water opens and closes. Like, they don't get it. The same way that they don't understand how their plumbing in their bathroom works, their electricity and their ceiling fan works, their air conditioning and heat works, right? And guess what those guys charge? Those guys come out with $75, $125, $225 service charge fees just to show up and to diagnose, and then it's an hourly rate plus material on top of that from there. And a very high hourly rate at that. And guess what do the customers say? Well, that sucks, but yeah, we got to get it done. Go ahead and do it. Like, that's fine. And $75 is really, really low, by the way. I don't know many people that charge $75 for a service call for heating and air or any other trade. So you come in here, and this is not to take people for a ride either, right? This is not to get rich, and it's kind of to get rich, but it's not to take advantage of people. You come in here, you have a solution to their problem. Water's leaking in their yard. They can't get their grass water. They can't get their plants water. They put in $10,000 worth of landscaping. They can't water it, right? So you come in here and you say, "Sweet, we got you. Like, we got it fixed. Let's go. We'll take care of this." $95 to $135, $140 an hour across the country, just for service. 100% markup on parts after that, right? So you're talking, you leave a service call minimum of $100 to $115, like in an hour or less. If you're out there for 20 minutes, $115. You're out there for an hour, $120, right? Like, it's a 1 hour minimum all times. There is serious money, and you know how you can do that? You can build that out with a totally tricked out, loaded down van for like $60K. That's like everything you can need with a really nice van. You know how much you have to do that to perform a landscape job? I've got more than that in my skid steer. Not the truck to pull it or the trailer for it to ride on or anything else that goes with it. And I have 2 or 3 people on the job to perform it, right? And the fuel to fill it up, and the grease, and the tracks, and the hydraulic fluid, and the oil. You know what you got with irrigation? Some blue glue, some clear primer, or cleaner as the professionals would call it. Some PVC or some poly, some clamps, some sprinkler heads, and some pipe. And occasionally some valves. Start your irrigation business today. Please, I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You figure it out as you go. You YouTube University. You get a really good supplier in place. My supplier has saved me so many times. I FaceTime him like, hey, what am I doing here? I don't know what I'm dealing with. What am I looking at? Oh, you're looking at this, you're looking at that, and guess what? It's a win-win if they're a good supplier because they know that I'm always going to go to them. He's going to take my 2 or 5 minute FaceTime because as my company grows and we start spending thousands of dollars, we had a $2,000 irrigation order the other day. Like, where are we going? Oh, we're going to see John. No questions asked, hands down. I don't even look anywhere else. Hey, give me this. I'm on the way. Sweet. Got it. Like, get a good partner like that and you will grow. You're solving a problem that they don't know how to solve. you're making their life a lot easier. You're beautifying their lawn. You're adding water to their lawn and their plants, right? Like, you have all of the opportunity here. There's like no risk involved for you. You have all the opportunity. So you need to make sure that you're utilizing the steps in place to learn a new skill, learn a new trade. It's not that hard. Again, I didn't know anything when I started it. Nothing at all. Nada. You can do it. You can do it. Just look it up. I'll help you any way that I can. There's a lot of irrigation guys on Instagram that know way more than I know that have helped me along the way. You just put the work in, put the inputs in, you'll see the outputs. I promise. At that point, like, that's one of the benefits of heat. We talked about the negatives. That's one of the benefits. People start calling really quickly when it gets hot because they want their plants watered. They want their grass watered. So take advantage of it. The last thing that you can do with it is, like, when you get into the heat of summer, make sure that you're selling drip irrigation as well in your installs. Sell drip irrigation, and you can also help book out. This will also help book out a fall calendar. Maybe they don't have irrigation, they don't have the money to spend on it. Well, you have to be careful planting in the summer if they don't have irrigation and you warranting it. Like, if you're going to do that, you better put in there, we'll plant this, we'll warranty it. The only way that it's getting warranted is if we can diagnose there was another cause of death other than lack of water. There's got to be bugs on it. There's got to be a disease on it. Like, there's lack of water is not warranted. That is on you as the homeowner to make sure that you keep up with. And you can give them a watering schedule and a watering plan. Like, I 100% suggest you to do that. That just, like, one step further. Chat will write you that in 45 seconds. Tell it the plants you have in there, what sizes they are. It'll give it to you, spit it out. You give it to them. Boom. You added value right there at no cost to you other than 5 minutes of typing into chat, right? Add value where you can. You'll see benefits. Good inputs, good outputs. Good inputs, good outputs. Take advantage of the heat. There are good things to come from it. There are annoying things that come from it. But overall, you can make good out of it. You guys up north, aeration overseed in the fall because the heat burned their grass out. There's a way to make money. It's not always bad. Keep your team morale up, though. Take care of your guys. Make sure they know that you care about them. Get out there and show them some love. Give them some snacks. Give them some whatever they need. Buy some liquid IVs. Stay on top of hydration because that's a serious thing. Heat stroke's a serious thing. We've had a couple guys get close to it this year, and it was a very, like, okay, stop, goes in the truck, like, take time. And you just want to make sure that you're staying on top of those things because you want to keep your guys safe as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a little bit different, focusing on heat, but some good stuff from it. Start your irrigation business. I promise you won't regret it. Use code Jeremiah with LMN. Use code GG50, a little different code there. GG50 at Equip Expo for your tickets there. 50% off. I think you get in the door for $15 now. So $15 with code GG50. We'll see you in Louisville the third week in October. I'm pumped for it. I'm excited to be there, and I know that you don't want to miss it because it's right around the corner, and it's one of the best weeks of the year, honestly. Getting to network with people, see the new equipment, go to dinner, hang out, go to the parties, go to the networking events, the hangouts, the concerts, all the things. You can make it, have a great time. Take the time away. I know you can do some cleanups, but take the time away. Promise you won't regret it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a 5-star review if you don't mind. Help us grow the show. We need some ratings and reviews to come in. We haven't had any in a while. So I know way more of you guys listen to the show than would have rated and reviewed the show. So if you're going to keep listening, give us a positive rating and review. That will help us grow the show. So more people can come in, and we can grow the community one relationship at a time. But without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap this episode up. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green podcast. It is an honor to have you listening, and we hope you receive valuable advice to help take your business to the next level. Don't forget to follow the podcast so you'll be notified when our next episode drops.